In our previous video of the 144,000, we showed a hidden message that was in the 144,000 of Revelation 7. It was based on the names and the order of the tribes mentioned. If you haven't watched that video, please watch that first, then watch this video. Here is the message that was in that video. I will praise Yahweh. I will have faith, and I am redeemed. I will execute the righteousness of Yahweh. Through my struggle, for Elohim has made me forget all my toil, because Yahweh heard that I was hated. How blessed am I! Now this time my husband, Yahweh of hosts, be joined unto me. My reward is, Elohim has endued me with a good gift. Yahweh has given me a double blessing. He will divide the spoil, and I will dwell in safety with the son of his right hand. Now I would like to show you how Yochanan, John, reveals to us who the 144,000 are, and the parallels between Yirmiyahu, Jeremiah 30 and 31, and Revelation. Yirmiyahu, Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 11. For I am with you, declares Yahweh, to save you, though I make a complete end of all the nations where I have scattered you. Yet I do not make a complete end of you, but I shall reprove you in judgment, and by no means leave you unpunished. This passage shows that this is an end time prophecy because all the nations have not yet come to an end. Yirmiyahu, Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 22. And you shall be my people, and I shall be your Elohim. See, the storm of Yahweh shall go forth in a rage, and a whirling storm. It burst upon the head of the wrong. The burning displeasure of Yahweh shall not turn back until he has done and established the purposes of his heart. In the latter days you shall understand it. The storm of Yahweh is shown in Revelation 6 with the 4 horses of the apocalypse, and it even says that this will happen in the latter days. Kazan, Revelation chapter 6, verse 8. And I looked and saw a pale horse, and he that sat on it had the name Death, and Sheol followed with him. And authority was given to them over the fourth of the earth, to kill with sword, and with hunger, and with death, and by the beast of the earth. Yirmiyahu, Jeremiah chapter 31. And at that time, declares Yahweh, I shall be the Elohim of all the clans of Israel, and they shall be my people. Thus said Yahweh, a people escaped from the sword, found favor in the wilderness. Israel, when it went to find rest. Notice in this verse that this people are the ones who escaped the sword, and that they are from all of the tribes of Israel, as seen in Revelation chapter 7, saying, Do not harm the earth, nor the sea, nor the trees, until we have sealed the servants of our Elohim upon their foreheads. And I heard the number of those sealed, 144,000 sealed, out of all the tribes of the children of Israel. Notice in this verse that the horsemen are not allowed to harm anything until the 144,000 are sealed out of all the tribes of Israel. Revelation chapter 7, verse 13 and 14. And one of the elders responded, saying to me, Who are these dressed in white robes, and where do they come from? And I said to him, Master, you know. And he said to me, These are those coming out of the great distress, having washed their robes and made them white in the blood of the Lamb. This reiterates what is written in Yirmiyahu chapter 31, verse 1 and verse 2. And in Revelation 7:14, it shows them coming out of great distress, having washed their robes. Yirmiyahu, Jeremiah chapter 31, verse 3. Yahweh appeared to me from afar, saying, I have loved you with an everlasting love. Therefore I shall draw you with loving commitment. I am going to build you again, and you shall be rebuilt. O maiden of Israel, Again you shall take up your tambourines and go forth into the dances of those who rejoice. In this verse you see them being rebuilt or renewed, as it said earlier about them washing their robes. It also says that they are maidens, which means virgins. You see this mentioned as a reference to the 144,000 in Revelation 14. And I looked and saw a lamb standing on Mount Zion, and with him 144,000, having his Father's name written upon their foreheads. And I heard a voice out of the heaven, like the voice of many waters, and like the voice of loud thunder. And I heard the sound of harpists playing their harps. And they sang a renewed song before the throne, and before the 4 living creatures and the elders. And no one was able to learn that song except the 144,000 who were redeemed from the earth. They are those who are not defiled with women, for they are maidens. They are those following the Lamb wherever he leads them on. They were redeemed from among men, being first fruits to Elohim and the Lamb. Notice in this passage that they were redeemed from the earth. We just seen this in Jeremiah chapter 31 verse 4, when he said he would rebuild them, and the use of the term virgins when referring to the ones redeemed. Now notice in the next verses of Jeremiah that it identifies who the 144,000 are, and it shows them singing just like in Revelation 14:3. Jeremiah chapter 31 verse 6. For there shall be a day when the watchmen cry on Mount Ephraim, Arise and let us go up to Zion to Yahweh our Elohim. For thus said Yahweh, Sing with gladness for Jacob, and shout among the chiefs of the nations. Cry out, give praise, and say, O Yahweh, save your people, the remnant of Israel. Notice how the watchmen in this passage are singing with gladness. And if you look at Revelation 14, and they sang a renewed song before the throne and before the 4 living creatures and the elders, and no one was able to learn that song except the 144,000 who were redeemed from the earth. This shows the identity of the 144,000 as the watchmen mentioned in Jeremiah chapter 31. In Revelation, Yochanan refers to them as the Kodashim, and in Jeremiah he refers to them as the watchmen. But notice the word for watchman used by Jeremiah. The word used for watchman is Nazarene, which comes from Hebrew Strong's 5341 Natsar, which means to watch, guard, and keep. This word refers to the original followers of Yahusha, which is called the branch of righteousness. Notice the spelling for branch and for watch are identical, Nun Zadi Resh, Strong's 5341 and 5342. Also noticed in Revelation 12:17. And the dragon was enraged with the woman, and he went to fight with the remnant of her seed, those guarding the commands of Elohim and possessing the witness of Yahusha Messiah. Notice in this passage it says those who guard or watch the commands, and they are the remnant, just as spoken by the prophet Jeremiah in chapter 31 verse 7. Also notice in Revelation 14 verse 12, here is the endurance of the Kodashim. Here are those guarding the commands of Elohim and the belief of Yahusha. This clearly shows that the Kodashim or Nazarene are the 144,000. These are those who watch over his commands. Let's look at some verses where Yahusha tells us to watch over his commands. Luke 21:36. Watch then at all times and pray that you be counted worthy to escape all this about to take place and to stand before the Son of Adam. Matthew 26:41. Watch and pray lest you enter into trial. The spirit is indeed eager, but the flesh is weak. Chasson, Revelation 3:3. Remember then how you have received and heard, and watch and repent. If then you do not wake up, I shall come upon you as a thief, and you shall not know it all what hour I come upon you. Yochanan, John 14:15. If you love me, you shall guard my commands. Yochanan, John 14:21. He who possesses my commands and guards them, it is he who loves me. And he who loves me shall be loved by my Father, and I shall love him and manifest myself to him. Yochanan, John 14:23. And Yahusha answered him, If anyone loves me, he shall guard my word, and my Father shall love him, and we shall come to him and make our stay with him. Yochanan, John 17:6. I have revealed your name to men, whom you gave me out of the world. They were yours, and you gave them to me, and they have guarded your word. Yochanan, John 8:51. Truly, truly, I say to you, if anyone guards my word, he shall never see death at all. The first followers of Yahusha were called the Nazarene, and they kept watch, just as Yahusha had said to do. Kepha, 1 Peter 5. Be sober, watch, because your adversary, the devil, walks about like a roaring lion, seeking someone to devour. 1 Thessalonians 5:6. So then, we should not sleep as others do, but we should watch and be sober. And the man after Elohim's own heart, King David, watched over the commands. Psalm 119, verse 22. Remove from me reproach and scorn, for I have observed your witnesses. The word observed is Hebrew Strong's 5341 Natsar, which means to watch, guard, and keep. The same word that spells watchman. Psalms 119:34. Make me understand that I might observe your Torah and guard it with all my heart. Once again, the word observe is Hebrew Strong's 5341 Natsar. Psalm 119 verse 56. This has become mine because I have observed your orders. The word observed is Hebrew Strong's 5341 Natsar. Psalm 119 verse 100. I understand more than the aged, for I have observed your orders. Psalm 119 verse 115. Turn away from me, you evildoers, for I observe the commands of my Elohim. Psalm 119 verse 145, Kaf. I have called you with all my heart. Answer me, O Yahuwah, I observe your laws. Psalms 25:10, Kaf. All the paths of Yahuwah are loving commitment and truth to those who guard his covenant and his witnesses. In each one of these passages, the word guard and observe is Hebrew Strong's 5341 Natsar. You see the word Natsar again in Psalm 78:6, that it might be known to a generation to come, to children who would be born, to rise up and relate them to their children, and place their trust in Elohim, and not forget the works of El, but watch over his commands. Matthew 24. And learn this parable from the fig tree. When its branch has already become tender and puts forth its leaves, you know that the summer is near. The word parable is Strong's 3850 parabole, which also has the meaning of a proverb. Proverbs 27:18. He who tends the fig tree eats its fruit, and he who guards his master is esteemed. The word used for guard again is Natsar, Hebrew Strong's 5341. Matthew 24:42. Watch therefore, for you do not know what hour your master is coming. Matthew chapter 25 verse 13. Watch therefore, because you do not know the day nor the hour in which the Son of Adam is coming. Matthew 26:38. Then he said to them, My being is exceedingly grieved even to death. Stay here and watch with me. Yahusha gave us an outline on how to believe when he rebuked the Pharisees in Matthew chapter 23, verse 23. Woe to you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, because you tithe the mint and the anise and the cumin, and have neglected the weightier matters of the Torah, the right ruling and the compassion and the belief. These need to have been done without neglecting the others. This shows us that we should keep the commands of the Torah, but also have compassion and belief in Messiah Yahusha. Mark 13:28. And learn this parable from the fig tree. When its branch has already become tender and puts forth its leaves, you know that the summer is near. So you also, when you see these taking place, know that it is near at the door. Truly I say to you, this generation shall by no means pass away till all this takes place. The heaven and the earth shall pass away, but my words shall by no means pass away. But concerning that day and the hour, no one knows, not even the messengers in the heaven, nor the Son, but only the Father. Take heed, watch and pray, for you do not know when the time is. As a man going abroad, having left his house, and given authority to his servants, and to each his work, and commanded the doorkeeper to watch. Watch therefore, for you do not know when the master of the house is coming, in the evening, or at midnight, or at the crowing of the cock, or in the morning, lest coming suddenly he shall find you sleeping. And what I say to you, I say to all, watch. Thank you all for joining us, and we wish the blessing of Yahushua HaMashiach on you all. Remember to love your neighbor as yourself, and love Yahweh your Elohim with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your strength, and watch his commands. Shalom.